Hey everyone, I wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to do a Punnet square. So a Punnet square, if you don't know, takes the genotypes of two parents, and then you're finding out the probability of those parents having a child with those genotypes. So we're going to start by, this is, we can say this is mom, and this is dad, so we've got one parent for each trait. Each individual has two copies of every every chromosome. So we've got two copies of the trait. If it is a capital letter, that means it is dominant, and that is the trait that will be expressed. So in this case, if we say capital A codes for being tall and lowercase a codes for being short, we have two parents that are both tall, and so we're going to find out the probability of them having tall children and the probability of them having short children. So I'm going to put one parent on top. So I do one allele over each box and one parent on the side. And then it's as easy as I drop the letters and drag these letters across. So if I start with this capital A, I'm going to drag it across. Capital letter always goes first. So I'll take this capital and I'll drop it down. And then I'll take across my lowercases. So drag across my lowercase, drop this lowercase down. So in this Punnet square, I have homozygous dominant. I've got one homozygous dominant. So that's 1/4. I've got I've got a 50% chance that their traits will be heterozygous, and then there's a 1/4% chance that they will be homozygous. So there is a 75% chance that these parents will have a tall child, and there's a 25% chance that they will have a short child. So a little bit more complicated is when you have a dihybrid cross. So this is called a mono, meaning one, hybrid cross. So that is only one trait that we are testing for. Now if you look at a dihybrid cross, so this is I'll write it over here, dihybrid cross, di meaning two. So we have a trait for tall and short, which is our A, and then a trait for I don't know, we'll say brunette or blonde hair. So capital is our dominant trait, we'll say for brown hair, and our lowercase b for blonde hair. Okay, so this one's a little bit more complicated. So in the monohybrid cross, we had one letter on top of each box and on the side of each box. This time we're testing two letters, so we have to have two letters on top of each box. So one A and one B goes for each box. Now in each box, you're gonna wanna have some variation of these four letters. Two A's and two B's. So an easy way to kind of think about this is we're gonna match up this capital A with this B, and then with this B. So it'd be capital A, capital B, capital A, lowercase b. And then you want to do the same here. We're going to match this lowercase a with this b and with this b. So it'd be A, B, capital B, and then A, lowercase b. So that's this parent, and then we're going to do the same thing and put this parent on the sides. And then the easiest way is just to think about it, the first letter here, and then here, And then we're going to match this one and that one. So it'll be capital A, capital B, capital A, lowercase b, lowercase a, capital B. Oh, sorry. Okay, so the important thing when you do this is to keep capital letters first, but the A's stay together and the B's stay together. So A's will always go first, followed by the B's. So if we drop this down, drag this across, we'll have a capital A from here, capital A from here, capital B from here, capital B from here. And then we just fill it in. So I will put my A, capital A's, oops. There's that. Sorry, my dog is trying to play fetch. And you can fill this out in whatever order you want, as long as you follow the rules of keeping your letters together. So I've got my capital A first, then my lowercase a from there, capital B from there, lowercase b from here. Just drop my capital A's. Yes. Okay, so then when you find out the probability, instead of this being 1/4, 1 out of 4 squares, right, so we've got 4 squares. Here we have 16 squares. So let's look at it. So we've got, our possibilities are going to be having a child that is tall with brown hair, tall with blonde hair, short with brown hair, and short with blonde hair. Oops, it's not. And if you write out so these are going to be our phenotypes. If you write out the genotypes, tall with brown hair is AA or AA with capital B, or capital B, lowercase b. And I'm running out of room, so I'm not going to write the genotypes for each of these, but you understand. So in the Punnet square, to find this out, we're looking for either this trait or this trait will code for tall and brown. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these traits. So 8 out of 16, which is 1/2, so 50% are going to be tall and brown. So a tall blonde will be a capital A, or capital A, lowercase. Blonde will be lowercase, homozygous recessive for our B trait. So we have 1, 2, 3 of those traits. So 3 out of 16. And I like to cross them off as I go when I count to make sure I didn't miss any, which I did miss this one, which means we have 9 out of 16 are tall with brown hair. So short brown is going to be lowercase homozygous recessive for the A trait. So we have 1, 2, 3 of those, so 3 out of 16. And our short blonde, we only have 1. So there's a 1/16th chance that these parents with these traits will have a short blonde child.